profit.
Okay. Now, you're saying that there are no Globers that stream information and are wrong?
No, I think that there's some that make mistakes, myself included. And as people that are trained in science, we graciously accept correction on our mistakes.
Is Fight the Flat Earth
and learn from
trained
them.
in science?
Yes, he's a physicist.
Is he? I don't know. I don't think he's a physicist.
Yeah, you may not like
a
his
degree.
style. Yeah, you may not like his style, right?
I
He's
think
not
he's an
selling-
asshole. I don't like the guy.
Nor do I, but he's not selling falsehoods, right?
It's not that I don't like Craig. He's just not my style. He's not the approach that I would take.
But he's wrong about a lot of shit. No, he's wrong about a lot.
Yeah, he is, dude. Even the ballers are calling him out.
Well, either way, he is a physicist, whether you believe it or not.
He's not a nuclear engineer, man. Come on.
Well, a physicist does not mean he has to be a nuclear engineer.
He has a degree in
a
physics.
physicist
Yes.
is an upgrade from a nuclear engineer.
Then how does
So
someone?
he's not even a nuclear engineer.
So then it doesn't matter. If he has a degree in it, then shouldn't he be a little bit more factual about?
Correct.
And if he makes a mistake and is corrected, I would expect him, and I have seen him do it, correct himself. I've corrected myself.
All right. Can I ask you? Can I approach this from a different way? So, I'm pretty much in agreement with you on the different characters that are within play from both sides of the argument. But here's two things that we tend to forget. One, the people who stay silent, who are out to learn truth, may not actually say, thanks very much, I've stopped falling down this conspiracy theory rabbit hole or that one. They've got their information, they're happy now, and they go back to their lives. But because these people are silent and aren't coming onto these panels or into the debates or whatever you want to call them, if we're not there and we can't do it in a civil way and do it with respect for the other people who are there to learn, do you think that we're going to reach any of those people?
Which is why I look for consensus then, which is why my approach is maybe a bit soft, and I take that on the chin, and I listen to a lot of crap that people spout, because I think the debate is important and how we go about it does matter, because otherwise you turn people off if you're in the sort of fight the flat earth types camp of being quite aggressive. Yeah,
I agree.
That's just my view, right?
We don't buy that anymore from him. We know he's not smart. So just through your channel.
First, hang on, guys, stop. Everyone, stop. First of all, mind of God, hang on. Yeah. We're not. That's step one. Second, your claim and your comment made zero sense to it at all. Like it literally. He is. I didn't say he was dumb. I didn't say he was.
I'm building off the previous statement. Somebody was like, we're not here to like argue and like be, like have a malicious or like rude conversation. Yeah, somebody's got to get to him.
Speaking for himself.
Skeptic.
Yeah,
that's what's going to make a productive dialogue. What they're doing on science and satire.
Don't you think? Because
not
you're
productive,
actually.
And I'm telling you, the only.
Oh, you're actually a perfect example, mind of God. I know you're smart. I know you're smart. I know. I don't know specifically what you do for a living, but I know what you do has to do with numbers, and I know you're not dumb.
Just because somebody's doing something.
Hang on. Then when you go about the conversation of, say, drones and the test that you wanted to do, you came across very stupid. I know you're not stupid. So in a sense, everything
Dude,
you just said.
Did you see the article that CBS? Yeah, but Sean.
No.
Yeah.
So
Sean,
how does the discussion progress? And this is actually perfect. How do we progress in this conversation if between me and you, mind of God, you're the one who's saying nuh-uh?
Yeah.
And that's not how things work. So how would we progress from here? Because it's actually a great question.
I'm not, Sean. The beef was not with you.
It's not about beef. It's not about beef at all. It's literally about conversation. If it's about beef, then it's a personal thing.
Yeah, just let me finish the point. I would just say, all I'm saying is, and it's not a shot to you or anybody on this panel. I think it's all I'm telling you guys, even if you guys were to come and criticize us on Flat Earth and be like, oh, these few people, they're like, whatever, they're doing something. We have to like react and maybe go use our influence. I'm telling you, fight the Flat Earth and Team Skeptic. We know they're not smart. Rumpus, Dean,
oh, come on. No.
Again, not true.
These are decent.
I want to reply.
Hang on. Why do you say they're not? Why do you say they're not smart?
We know they're not smart.
How do you know that?
Yeah.
How do you guys know that we're not smart when we talk to you? How do you measure?
I never said you were.
Yeah, I just literally just made the point.
I'm asking.
Sean, let me say this, please, Sean, because I'm trying to say this. Just because you think somebody's doing something the wrong way, I don't always agree with the way science and satire do things. Okay, not always, but you cannot. No way can you actually say that they're not smart. Neither of them both of them actually quite smart, but you can't just come on and say they're not smart. How do you know this and prove to me right now that they're not?
Let me answer the question.
Making a case, you've got to do it.
Yes. I'm stating that in the same way Sean just made the statement about me talking about drones. He's allowed to have that opinion. That's fine. It's fair enough. And I'm telling you from our vantage point, what makes
them not smart?
Lack of rigor. It's a total clown show. They're not actually talking about anything in a coherent kind of way. Wait a minute.
So they're
last point.
Nonsense.
Last point. They don't know the details of the optics and the arguments that people are getting on Jose and other people's hangouts. They don't know that stuff, so it's a waste of time.
Wait, do you know that
Sean,
stuff?
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna. I don't have time for this.
That's just nonsense. Right. Just because they don't know about certain things, that doesn't make them not smart or dumb. That is ridiculous.
No, it does. In this topic, they're dumb.
That's what we're debating. No, stop. Hang on. The casual. Hang on.
Let me say, Sean. Let me say this.
No. Hang on, because he's skipping over something. Hang on. How do you know they are dumb? That was a question. Or they're not smart. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Rigor in mathematics is like clarity, is completeness, is exhaustive, is understanding it to the lowest level, the most granular level.
And you're saying, okay, so wait. So do you come to these discussions without rigor too?
No, not in the statements that I make.
Okay. What about our whole drone conversation that we had in the past?
No, that was a brainstorming discussion. I didn't go.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No. Here's how I know it's not, because you sat on Jose's panel and told a professional surveyor how to set up a grid. You told an authority, someone who actually is an authority.
Knows that it's flat though, man. There's no point.
No. See, wait, no. See how you're bypassing what I'm saying now? Because you do that.
Right.
So Sean, I was a listener of a lot of those conversations. I 100% agree with CP. He was going over hypothetical scenarios that we could potentially use to prove flat or globe.
Right. Okay.
And in that he was refusing to listen to how Jesse was setting stuff up. He was trying to tell Jesse he was wrong in how to do surveying.
But Sean, by the way, for the record, Jesse later came back and said it was okay. He understood after.
Can I ask CP a question, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
No.
No. Okay. Well, I'm going to ask it anyway. CP, right? There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that I don't know about. Okay. I don't know a lot about optics, but I don't debate them. But does that make me stupid? Does that make me dumb?
If you're hosting a discussion on the shape of the Earth that involves optics, yes.
Am I smart or am I dumb?
Let me answer the question. Only if you're planning to host a debate where that topic is required to be understood. Yes, you are dumb for doing that. That's like me hosting a religious discussion on the Bible and I don't read the Bible. It's the same thing. You are dumb if you do that.
Dumb. That doesn't make somebody dumb. That's just lack of knowledge. That makes somebody dumb.
Don't host a debate then if you
come on.
If you don't have
but that doesn't make you dumb. It just makes you lack of knowledge.
Casual. You're falling down into Mind of God's trap that he does every time he comes onto a panel. You need to ease off.
Okay. Now, Mind of God, this is what I want. I want you to give me an example of why they are not smart.
Who's they? Team Skeptic and Flat Earth?
Yep.
Because it's very, very clear that they don't know some of the nuances about
what is clear
optics that are being discussed on other panels, like objects disappearing bottom up on a flat surface, which has been shown many times in many videos.
You mean no? It hasn't. I debunked you in the back of my truck.
No, I have a video on my channel. You can see it.
Okay, I've seen it. Trust me.
Right.
I can tell you right now. If I show you an image right now, I guarantee you, you're either going to have to agree with everything I say, or purposely be intelligently dishonest. Or
I'm going to use terms that you won't understand. I'm going to use terms that you won't understand when you bring it up, but you can go and
okay. Mind of God, can I ask you a question?
Wait a second, no, stop. I gotta give the truth here. What Sean just presented is called a false dichotomy. Either you're gonna do this, or you're gonna do that.
Oh no! Watch. Watch. I'll
what
show
if
you.
I don't understand it? Bring it up. That's fine.
Right. There's many avenues.
Doesn't make a difference. You don't
looking at a photo.
Exactly.
He might ask you to prove. He might ask you to prove the observation. Keep that in mind.
Nope, I didn't.
We're open, man. We're open to it, dude. If there
Mind
is
of
a ball,
God, you seem open to it because you just got done saying okay. But Chris over here, Chris doesn't want to have a conversation about
flat. That's
clear.
Why. That's why he's here. Okay. He's here to help you.
Okay, how about this? Everyone else,
I didn't say anything like that. Why are you putting words in my mouth?
Oh, I apologize. I didn't mean to, Chris. But everyone except for Chris and Mind of God, mute yourselves because I'm gonna bring up this picture.
I'm going on mute.
And this is exactly what I'm gonna do, Chris and Mind of God. We're going to go over and just verify what we see. We're not going to verify why. We're not going to verify the,
that doesn't
different observations. Just watch.
Hashtag we can do this.
How do we verify what we see if we're not going to verify anything about it?
Because we don't need to.
Chris, just let Sean follow through the process.
He told you retards to go on mute.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Chris.
Hear people.
Oh,
Chris,
there we go.
Stop.
There it goes again.
Everybody stop. Yeah, casual.
Wow,
I got it. I got it. Casual. I got it. Chris. Stop.
Grow up with the insults, dude. Come on.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, guys. Okay, just let it be. Let me just everyone else go on mute except for Chris and Mind of God. Okay, so this wonderful image that we all love so much. Go over this. Okay, now hear me out before you make an opinion. Just listen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are looking at the Anacopa Island image that Travis has. Okay, we can establish this. We know those are that's a lighthouse in the building, right?
What if it's a hot pixel, like the ballers come on my channel and say,
No. My bad.
No, I'm asking.
You weren't here for. No. Chris can answer that, but you weren't here for the observation, so I'm being too specific. I'm sorry.
Okay. All I'm telling you is people come and say that it's a hot pixel, whatever the hell.
That's a boat.
Means.
That's a boat, right?
Okay.
Appears to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's an island, Chris.
That looks like there's some miraging on the island.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. We're gonna get to that.
Okay. I'm just saying.
We've established. Okay. This is ocean. We've established that is. We can agree, right? We've come to a consensus. Correct.
Do you believe that it's physical, though? Do you believe everything we're seeing in the water?
No. We're not getting into details right now. We're not getting into details.
Okay.
We're just establishing clear-cut facts that we all agree on.
Sean, I need you to go on mute. Barry and I need to talk about this image, and we're going to show that it's a flat Earth.
Yeah. Just type in Skype like you guys normally do. Okay, so like I was saying, we've established that's a boat, we've established that's a land, and we've established that's ocean. Okay, now
we haven't. I just asked you that we have not, because we don't know if that water, all of it is physical that we're looking at. That's why I mentioned that.
That's why I did it really low down on the bottom. I didn't do it up by up
down
here.
there. Okay, sure.
Yeah. I made sure. Okay.
Water, yes.
Okay. So now we're gonna get a little bit more technical, but we're not verifying. We're just making sure our observations work together. So right about here, we believe there is one mirage line, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And then I am to suspect, and I believe that this is another line. I may be a little high.
I like that you said believe, so we're not going to prove anything here, right? No one's going to jump off the.
We're not doing. Yeah, we're not doing. This is curvature.
Shut up, man.
Okay. No.
Stop. Stop. Hang on, Carlos. Stop, because you've done that like 3 times now, man. Fuck. Okay.
Megan, chill, bro. Dude.
I got it. Okay. So we've established that so far, the 2 yellow lines are the miraging lines that we see.
I think so. I think the second one is less clear, but the first one is
Yeah.
Looks pretty
You're right.
clear,
You're right. Okay, so this line is the edge of what appears to be the body of water, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
The edge in the sense that that's the furthest visible water molecule that we can see.
AKA our horizon, basically.
Wait, sorry.
My horizon. Wait. My horizon. Listen, my horizon your edge of the body of water. We're not trying to make you think this or convince me of this. All we're doing is establishing what we see.
Wait, Sean.
I'm just saying
Sean.
there's no.
Yes,
I'm not
Chris.
trying to disagree with you. Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Wait, so Toady says he doesn't agree with the second horizon line. I'm actually interested.
The
as
second
why.
horizon. Go ahead. Yeah, on my
The closest
Toady.
one.
Sorry, say that. Am I allowed to speak?
Yeah. I just don't want
Permission
like,
granted.
I just don't want 30 people.
Well, so
doing
I've seen the other videos in this, and I think that's a fishing net. So I don't agree with the second miraging.
this. Okay.
Yeah, it's ambiguous.
Let me show you
Agreed.
why it is miraging. Let me get rid of this.
That's the thing.
Cody,
It could be,
Cody,
it
are
may
you
not
talking about the boat mirage or the mountain?
Yeah,
mirage?
I'm talking about the boat,
The boat.
not the horizon line, Chris.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
and
I think
I-
we're getting too excited there.
Yeah,
so
would
when
agree
I
with
look
you
at
there.
this, I'm seeing, look right there.
So we're seeing the front of the boat and not the back.
That's almost like a mirror image of it.
That's definitely the mirror image of it. Yeah, it's inferior mirage.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I've seen the rest of it. I think maybe the window as well looks like it's mirrored. So, yeah,
I agree
this
with
window
Cody.
could
I don't
be.
think-
Agree.
I don't think
I
it's
withdraw my
100%.
objection. Withdraw it. But I've seen the
It's
rest of the
close.
sequence, and I didn't
Yeah.
see it in the rest of the sequence, which is why, because I analyzed this with Travis.
Yeah,
But okay,
remember,
fair enough. I'll give you
to be
that.
fair, we don't
Remember,
know.
this
we
is-
don't know
this
for
is
We
sure.
like-
don't know. I agree.
Yeah,
We don't know,
yeah.
and it could come and it could go. Right?
Yeah,
Correct.
Toady.
Yeah, okay.
Remember, this only works for Toady because Toady knows what I'm talking about. This is, I think, is like the second or third pass.
Right. Okay.
So it's
So it
going to
could have gone into that zone.
Yeah.
All right.
'Cause I know what
But
you're
dude,
talking
why are you
about.
Objection.
I've
Withdrawn.
seen that.
Withdrawn.
I've seen
Sean,
that
why are you
image
using
that you're
this
talking
one?
about.
This one's a more of a flat Earth one. Why wouldn't you pick a
Really?
better image?
No, it's not. Well,
Well, I mean-
first of all, it's not, and it doesn't matter because I said we're not going into that. We're just verifying
Okay.
observation, and I think
Sure.
we're doing a great job so far.
Yes.
Me and Chris, Toady, and so far, I think Monica,
Yeah,
I think
we're
we
good.
all agree
We're
so far. Every line and arrow I have, we have established something for. Except
Sure.
the body of water is all we are establishing is that is the edge of the body of water. I'm not going to even say
and
horizon.
we don't know that. We don't know that for sure, but we'll give it to you
It's
for
what
now.
it appears to be.
Conversation.
Wait, I'm sorry. Let's talk about that last point.
Okay, that's
I have an
perfect.
issue with
Perfect.
that point.
Okay.
So I don't get it. What's the point?
Okay,
So where's the edge here?
So for me, in my opinion, because this is what I know, what I think it is, so I'm saying it as I think it. The body of water, that line, is this line is my horizon. But
He's saying
for the
that's
sake
physical,
of
Chris.
for the sake of the argument, I'm going to say yes, physical body of water. That's the end of the observable body of water.
Mhm. Yeah, maybe.
Okay, but we know that's not true though.
Yeah, I don't think it is either.
Okay.
We know that's not true
Okay.
because
Okay. Mhm.
so that the way I would ask it is what's between that what looks like a hard body of water line
Mhm.
Yeah.
and the mountain inferior mirage line.
Correct.
All in here, right? You're talking about this.
It's got to be more physical water. That's
Right?
the point.
Is this what
That's
you're talking
correct.
about? Okay. That it.
Well, I didn't see you draw any. I didn't see.
Oh
Sean, he's
shit!
saying the
Yeah, no.
first little yellow
Yeah,
line
that's
and the
because
back one.
that's because I keep drawing on the wrong screen.
Yeah,
But the
exactly.
lines are
Between-
perfect.
Okay.
Yeah,
what's
correct.
In there? Yeah,
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's miraging.
Right. What's it
We can't
miraging off of?
Yeah, what's
We-
it hiding? If it's hiding physical water, then we win. If it's not, then you win. That's fine. But if it's
Wait,
hiding
what? No.
physical water-
First of all, no one wins or loses, and second,
Okay, sure.
the
But
reason
sorry,
we don't
flat Earth
see,
wins.
we know we're not seeing a body of water beyond that
No, but
because
I'm saying
it's
if
mirroring
that mirage-
it's mirroring the island or the
But
body,
I'm
the
saying,
land.
all we're saying is that if that's hiding real physical water that's out there extending, then it's a flat surface, right?
No,
If
that
it's
makes
not, then
zero.
you have
No.
to-
Yeah.
Wait, Chris. Would you even say that makes any sense? Like, just what you
Yes.
just said. It
I
does?
see his point.
That it makes perfect
I
sense.
see his point though. I see
How?
his point because
Because the water would rise up like on a flat surface, like perspective. It's just the way
Right.
it would be. Like anything.
Right.
Like, why is the water rising up before that? It would just keep going, and then further. And then if that's the case, then that thing that far away is resting on a flat plane.
Okay,
And
then
then
that's perfect.
it's really far away. So,
I have a question then,
and
mine
you're
of
seeing the
God.
base of it. You're seeing
Okay,
the base of it because it's
I-
miraged.
I have a question. You stand at the beach and you look out
Yeah.
over the ocean. It appears to rise up, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. In that sense, are you telling me that the horizon or whatever the body of water that appears to rise up? Are you telling me that it actually does?
No. All I'm saying is that The rise up would happen on a flat or curved surface. No one's arguing that because locally, let's say locally it's flat.
No, if it was
just let me finish.
Seeing how it's a sphere, it wouldn't though. It wouldn't though. You can't say that both. You can't say that they would. You can't say it would rise on both. Yeah.
Just hear me out because locally on a big ball, it's still roughly flat, correct? Like from a mathematical perspective.
A very small percentage, yes.
Yes,
it is flat.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So let's say that our field of view for that day is limited to where that big ball, big or small ball, is effectively a flat plane. It would have the same sort of geometry optics as a flat Earth, right? That's just math. Like if
it would appear
to local level,
it would appear to, yes.
Sure.
Because even on even on a local level, there is a measurable difference. Whether you have the tools to do so or here nor there.
Yeah, and we wouldn't on these kind of images. That's my point. It would be effectively the same. But the point that I'm making, and I think Chris might also make, is if the water extends from that first little yellow line that you made all the way to the back physically, do you agree that we're able to recognize the bottom of that island because it's miraging at the?
I see what you're saying.
Its fold line is the base, right?
So you're saying if there is no miraging happening, none at all.
Yep. And
if we see, and we see that water.
Yeah,
it's flat,
and it extends all the way to the base. Then it's flat.
Yes, you are right, 100%.
Yeah, right. Okay. Good. So
okay, yeah.
I disagree.
I disagree. I agreed with him. Got up to that point.
I don't.
He's
agree
right
with 100%.
that it will look the same whether it's flat or curved.
Tony, back on mute. Let's let them go through this.
All right.
How can you disagree with a water body that extends all the way from
no, yeah. So Tony, what he's saying, Tony, what he's saying is from where we're standing. Where we're standing is the observer. If we're able to see water to the beach of that island, it's flat. There's no arguing that. That's true.
And people have.
Oh, I see what you mean. You mean if we could see water to that beach and it's not doing some funny thing and it's at that kind of distance.
That's why Chris and I are here, and probably like Sean.
He's coming across as if the miraging isn't there.
Yeah, it isn't there, but I see what you mean. His point is if it is, okay.
Yeah, agreed. And Tony, we've seen that, dude. That's why you're here. We know people have shown that. That's why we're here.
Okay, in that sense, are we looking
with distortion?
Are we looking at, when we're talking about the land, mind of God, are we looking at inferior mirage or looming?
Well, no, you guys have to say looming, right? That's fine if you want.
No.
I think the times that we can see that far all the way to where the island will meet the water level, it's normally distorted with what they call compression, and that is because of refraction and looming.
Yeah, I would actually agree with you guys. There's too many variables here, and Chris has said this many times. It's difficult because these end up being like a draw almost, because it could be right.
Now you ready?
Because the argument
Hold
is that
Carlos, hang on, guys. Carlos, there's a punchline that's coming to this.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's all I had to say.
Of course, John is trying to set up a punchline, but I have a quick question because my question wasn't answered by
because now we're having an issue with the observations that we're making.
Wait, hold on. But my question wasn't answered by the ballers. I want to hear a baller answer. What's between the quote-unquote hard horizon line that I don't agree with, but which is fine for now, and the secondary mountain inferior mirage line? What's between that?
Mirage.
Air.
Miraging. That's what you're seeing. But yeah, atmosphere.
So you think that island's being perfectly miraged off of air?
Of the atmosphere?
Yeah.
No. No.
Different density air.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
just like when you see that on a hot road in the summer.
Yep.
Same
I
thing.
think it's all being lifted up because we know about 7/6R, right? So it's already being lifted up before we even see the miraging.
What's being lifted?
The whole of the image is being lifted up. Everything is being lifted up.
Huh?
Because I've seen the other bits in the sequence, right? I'm very, very familiar with this footage, so I know what it should look
I've
like.
Seen it. Too.
Oh yeah.
Good. So therefore, we know that it changes on almost daily basis, even across a couple of hours.
Don't use the R word. It doesn't work for them.
Right. Okay, they don't like it. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, 706R is standard refraction, which there is no such thing. It's never standard. It's never the same.
But we went over this.
That was my
Chris,
mistake, Sean.
Here is the index of refraction, right? You know what the index of refraction is, right, Chris?
Yes.
Right? That's standard refraction.
Right. It doesn't. There's no such thing.
Now, yes, there is, because I live in San Diego,
Not in real world, I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, yes, it does. So if
is this standard refraction?
Perfect.
Do you think this is standard refraction?
It's okay. So when we're looking at this and we go, okay, what type of miraging are we looking at? Right? You would use the index of the index of refraction to figure out step 1. Then you know where your baseline is at. Now in Florida, your numbers are going to be a little different than mine because of the atmosphere. It's humid, it's hot. It's going to be different than California, which is dry.
That's my point, Sean. That's why
yes,
it's
exactly.
But why it's non-standard.
But if you're going to be going, if you go outside and we go, just like you said, that's inferior miraging, Chris. If you're doing this, actually doing it with data, and you're actually trying to show for what you're calculating, you would start at the index of refraction, which would be 1.3, I think, 1.3, and then from there, that number would go up or down a little bit depending on your location and where you're doing it at. But to say that standard refraction isn't a thing, that's not true.
No, we're just saying that effect.
How about this?
That effect is highly nonlinear. It's not one
equation
that would model.
How about this, Chris? This is a perfect example, Chris. When you're doing your music, you know how to read music, right?
Not sheet music, no.
But you know the concept? I mean, if I'm explaining it. Okay. So there are standard chords, right? Like they're the ABC or whatever the hell they are. I don't know. You know what I mean, though, right?
Okay. Maybe like chord progression.
So yeah, like the ones you would learn are like the base.
I think this analogy isn't working, Sean.
It will. It will. No, it will. It will.
Okay.
So there's base chords, right, Chris? Like the ones you first learn to be able to then combine them and make these other sounds and all that.
Let's just say sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, standard refraction is those base chords. Now, the actual refraction that is happening, being calculate it and come up, are those combinations of chords. It's just standard refraction is the base.
That's not true. Sean, back off.
What's not true? What's not true?
I would just say back off.
Now explain what's not true.
You don't know music.
I would just say if you ask Rumpus and Philip and all their
no, Mind of God, I'm asking you. Why am I wrong?
I'm just saying to model what you're looking at is not.
I'm asking what I'm wrong.
Okay, let me finish my sentence and then you.
I need to know what I'm wrong about, and I need.
He's trying to answer, Sean. Seriously, bro.
You're trying to tell us that to build what's happening here, we have to build off of some platform understanding of refraction or something like that, right?
Yes.
That's what you're getting at,
yep.
Right? I'm telling you that if you looked at the code and we've asked Rumpus this for him to model these kind of things,
I don't care. Rumpus isn't an authority.
But we think of him as an authority.
No, you think. Hey, you may think of him as one, but I don't. Therefore, when you refer to what he says, I may not agree to it.
Fine, I'll take the foot off the gas on that too. I'm just telling you to model what's being viewed here with mathematics is not a one equation 7 or 6R. I'm sorry, no one's gonna believe that.
Who said it was?
You're getting at that.
No, I'm not.
You said this is standard refraction.
Yeah, make it more complicated.
I did not say this is standard refraction. I said I gave you an example of what standard refraction is.
Okay, and then
I have a secondary question. I have a secondary question to follow up. So if you're saying that between the horizon, the apparent hard horizon and the mountain refractive line, why are there two refractive lines? One higher at the mountain, one lower at the boat, the closer the boat is?
Because the mountain's further away and the boat's closer.
Because the boat is closer.
Why would distance affect the refraction line? If it's the atmosphere, wouldn't it be relatively the same distance?
Conditions and altitude, I would say. The
water depends on where the line is being emitted.
Yeah, the conditions above the water versus the conditions in the distance.
So I've looked at this with a lot of Travis's thing because it is interesting, and we see it actually where a swan in one of his actually swims through the area of refraction, if you like, right? So imagine refraction isn't just like a sheet of paper, like a line. Yeah, it's more like a donut or something, right? And this swan goes through it because the really weird thing you see about that closer refraction line, the mirror line, let's call it that, on that boat. Okay, we jumped around to another image. The odd thing that have you got not that one? It's got the swan. You won't see it. It actually flies across it, and what you do is you see the swan. Anyway, it's a moving image. Let's go back to the other one because we can talk about the one we're just on, Sean. So if we just go back to the other one, I'll explain what I mean.
You're talking about
really interesting.
The
really interesting thing is you've got the distant refraction, mirage line, whatever you want to call it, fold line, and that's quite big, and then you've got it much smaller where you've got the boat that's closer to us, but where it's mirroring, what is the rule to say, I don't know, that is only, I don't know, whatever, a meter high, and on the island it's, I don't know, 5 meters high or whatever it is, because it's actually refracting, and you're still seeing the background. Do you see what I mean? So you're actually getting two layers of refraction that are interacting with each other.
Yes.
But why?
Clearly. Why? Because one is closer. So the closer one
what
will
does
have
distance have to do with? Wouldn't the say so?
It's
If
the amount of
let's
air
say
you're
there
looking
was,
through. Yeah, it's really simple, Chris.
but the amount of air you're looking through next to the boat is the same as it is on the boat.
It's much less. So
Ooh.
between
Yeah, so
our
way
eye and the
less.
boat is much less than our eye all the way to the island.
So it just happens to almost always in the images I've seen where the height appears to increase of the refractive line. It just happens to follow a linear path.
I don't think it is linear. I think when I tried to model it with Travis,
Yeah.
I didn't think it was linear at all. We tried to calculate it. It didn't come out linear on the images we were looking at. I'm not saying it isn't, by the way. You might be right if you've got some other calculations. I don't think
just
it's
saying,
linear.
well, no, I don't. I'm saying it appears to be, right? I mean, it always goes up. Why does
we've
it
only got
always
2
go
points
up?
here, haven't we? So,
Well, I have images with 3 and 4 points.
All right, so hang on. There's an image of Travis's, which is really interesting, where you've got refraction like we've got here on an island in the background, right, of a lighthouse and a tree, okay? And then there is a swan, a goose that's close by, which is refracted. But what's actually happening is you can actually see the refracted background through the refraction that's happening on the goose. Do you understand? So it's like almost it's chosen to refract the goose, but it hasn't refracted the other bits of things around the goose because there's a refraction, a bit of miraging going on in the background. I'd have to dig the photo out,
That's not surprising, though.
I'm trying to find it. I know what you're talking about.
Well,
I'm trying to find
because
it.
it's almost like something is chosen, CP, to certain bits to flip and other bits not to.
It's not chosen. Did you do a still or did you videotape it? Because you're going to see
It's both. It's videoed. It's videoed.
Yeah,
and it's still.
This image that we're looking at is screenshots from a video that Travis has.
All I'm saying is when you say chosen, I'm not even actually disagreeing with what you're saying. You can bring it up, but whenever we're looking at something that's time varying, statistical, and all that, you are going to get these things. Like there may be a point of clarity at one point where it just whatever fits our eye better, and then it may go away like in a few minutes. That you agree that that's very possible. That's what's happening, right? When you look
but what decides that boat is mirage? I don't know, whatever that distance that you've drawn
whatever
in
the
there,
channel
Sean.
you're looking through from your eye to that thing, and if you think of it as a channel, you agree that that's time varying and statistical in nature, right? Because you're looking through a channel that is, like I said, time varying.
Hang on. So who decides that the boat is miraged that amount? Okay, that the island is miraged that larger amount. Yeah, but for example, the top of the boat isn't miraged. Do you see what I mean? It's very odd.
Yeah, and I think you're getting at a more fundamental question. Is like, how do we model this mathematically? And it's not for the faint of heart, man. It's not a 7/6R. It's a very, very complicated thing. I don't know who would know that. That's a good question. Who would? We don't. You guys definitely don't, because you guys want us to think that that's one.
I agree. I definitely don't.
Variable.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone with the thing hard.
What's one variable? What are you saying?
The 7/6R, the standard.
Why does that have to do with this conversation at the moment?
Well, I'm just letting you know that concept of the light moving according to that over an Earth curve is way too simple to understand this miraging. And like Tony's getting at, where does it happen? Height?
Wait, isn't it an issue that if you do it mathematically though, it equals out?
Yeah, who has done that though? That's what we're getting at. Who's
science?
No,
surveyors.
Like science, not a person.
No, go say thank you.
No, dude. Even Rumpus would admit that to model that.
Why do you keep saying his name?
Because he's the one who started to try it.
He's making these claims. That's why.
Yeah, no one else.
Keep saying his name and it'll appear.
Okay, so Walter Bismarck. How does Rumpus defend his claims here? And why do you expect me to defend his claims here?
Well, I'm just saying when it comes to mirages and modeling those mathematically, we will not get a mathematical treatise on that because it's incredibly complicated.
What? Wait, what?
I can actually help with this point for you, Sean. You utter moron. Why don't you fucking go and learn? He wouldn't use the fucking word. That's me. Why don't you go and learn some science? You utter moron. You do not have the ability to even understand the explanation I'm trying to give you. There you go. Happy?
That is what he would say. But I would say to do it properly, you'd probably have to pursue a PhD because it would be a lot of work to really get down to producing a code or some program that could reproduce.
Yeah, I think it's complex.
Barney said, Barney
in
the chat says he's willing to, if you let it, if you're willing to let him monologue and draw endlessly, I can explain. I'm interested too. So
okay, so I'm gonna have everyone, if he comes on, so he can do this. I'm gonna have everyone needs to mute. Mind of God and Chris, you guys have you are allowed to speak only because you guys are alone in the sea of globers.
So while he's coming on, I did want to make a quick comment. The most advanced Earth curve plus refraction calculator I've seen and that I'm aware of is the Walter Bislin one.
Oh, no. Have you even seen the new one that everyone's using? Dude,
no, I
haven't. Let me show you. Oh, my God.
Because I was going to say the Walter Bislin one is absolutely inaccurate when it comes to refraction.
I love the Walter Bislin one.
It's not.
Do you know what is it used for, first of all? What is it used for?
I mean, and also I want to know how he's calibrated it to make.
Oh, God damn it. I can't stand that I do that stupid shit. Fuck. Sorry, guys. I'm going to join right now.
Getting at, for those people who think that they know this and they don't, ray tracing in a non-constant media. If you read this, and I'll just quickly read the abstract. In this paper, we explore the theory of optical deformations due to continuous variations of the refractive index in the air and present several efficient implementations. We introduce the basic equations for geometric optics, outlining a general method of solution. Furthermore, we model the fluctuations of the index of refraction, both as a superposition of blobs and a stochastic function, which implies statistical time varying, using a well-known perturbation technique. But
I like to apologize.
There you go.
The curve calculator that I was talking about is the Bislin one. So I do apologize.
So the Bislin one, I think,
people on this earth would understand what that paper means, and it's definitely not anybody on this panel.
I agree.
Can you share the link, please?
That paper does sound exactly like what should be done, and it is complicated.
Correct.
I agree.
Correct. Yep. No, and I'm not trying to be.
Is it impossible?
I don't know. No one knows.
Is it impossible, Toady?
No, because clearly they're looking at it. But what? Yeah. But hang on. What are they looking at? They're looking at. Chris said it's a linear function. They've said it's a time variant something or other. You know, it sounded.
Well, they're talking about stochastics, aren't they?
Exactly.
But all Chris was getting at, it's a heuristic. All we're trying to do is from.
No, it's a stochastic.
But Chris is not saying no. Heuristic was Chris. Chris is when we do those things with the fold lines increasing in distance. That's not a flat Earth proof. All we would say is that seems to indicate that it may or may not be a curved Earth. It's not a proof until somebody literally does that kind of math.
They have survey. USGS has hundreds of people who have done it. Toady knows what's going on.
Present it.
Go to you. I'll present you. You want me to present USGS?
Wait, let's not change topic.
Yeah, let's not change.
Is Barney joining? I thought Barney was going to join.
I shared the link. He may be getting ready and everything.
So in the meantime, let me screen share something that just to stay on topic. I mean, we can change if you want. I'm gonna have to go soon anyways, but
Chris, we still haven't even gotten to the end of the photo yet. It got completely filibustered to death.
Yeah, it was supposed to be. Okay. Well, wasn't it, Sean? You were going to say they were either going to lie or agree with you or something. I think that's what I heard at the beginning.
Let me bring.
They were going to be intellectually dishonest.
Exactly. They have to. And here's
what was your?
Yeah, well, I haven't seen it yet. To be fair,
what's the conclusion?
No.
Yeah, what's the conclusion?
You're right. You're 100% right.
We've got consensus. We're all in agreement.
Finished.
It's brilliant.
Hang on.
Okay.
Toady. But Toady, remember what I told you.
You see my point, Sean, about consensus?
Nope, I don't. Hang on.
Not truth. I want consensus, not truth.
I'm going to show you right now because I'm going to put these lines right back in here.
You know I'm only teasing. Yeah.
No, we're going to hold you to that, Toady. You said it. So
hang on, guys, because I got to get Barney in here, but I want to finish this. What's up, Barney? Everyone is instructed to mute themselves. Let me just finish this last point, and then I'm going to give you the floor. Okay, so we've established these three lines, right? Right, Chris?
Okay.
Now here's a problem, Toady. We've all consensus. Fuck that word, an asshole.
Consensus.
Thank you. Now here's the problem, Toady, and this is the problem that I was trying to explain. What's the next step? Because the next step is explaining things and showing things. And what I was saying, no matter what Chris and Mind of God will say, has to be what I was saying is going to happen. Either intellectual dishonesty or...
Chill out with the theatrics, man. Just relax.
Or what? I haven't got to it, Sean. I don't think you've proven them wrong, right? We're all in agreement.
We're all in agreement. So have we figured? Right. So Tody, have we figured out? All right. Have we figured out?
Let me replay. Let me replay where we are. Let me replay.
Stop,
we're all in agreement, okay, that it is complicated. It's non-linear. It needs to be modeled, and we can't do it. I think that's where we are.
Exactly.
Okay. Why can't we do it, Tody?
Because I'm reading the paper right now, and I'm like, "Come on, dude, look at this stuff, man."
Okay, can you share that? Share that link. Share the link in here, dude. In this chat.
I just know.
I think it's non-trivial to calculate
dude,
it
look
myself.
Look at this stuff, man. They didn't come up with this over the weekend, man. Come on, this is not trivial stuff.
Wait, but I still don't get Sean's overall point. What was the point?
Yeah, give us the high level, man. What are you trying to do to us, Sean?
To go beyond this point, hang on, I'm trying to find that link that you shared. I want to look at the paper because I'm telling you right now, I don't even know who.
Bro, I'll tell you what. I thought you were going to put up, Sean. I thought you were going to put one of those
flat Earth, man. You had a better one.
One of the overlays? Yes, I am absolutely.
That one was better.
No, I thought you were going to put one with a floor on it and prove Chirag wrong about the things disappear from the bottom up on the floor. That's what I thought you were going to do.
Oh Jesus Christ! That was.
I feel like Barry has debunked harder ones than that one.
Yeah, that's the funny part. Anyway, okay. So now that we've done that, and now we're going to go beyond where we are now, and I don't have a preview, so I don't know which one I'm looking at. Oh, there it is. Perfect.
Who won that one, Sean? Did we get that one? Is that 1-0 for FE or what? What?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay, wait. Tody said absolutely.
No, we're building consensus. We're building consensus. That's what we're doing.
We're building consensus. Okay, so
we've got agreement.
Now it's going. I'm sorry, Barney. It's 10 minutes. Give me 7 minutes, and then I'm done talking about this, and we're gonna let you explain.
7.
All
That's
this.
Very specific.
Yeah, right. It is. Ooh, Illuminati. Anyway, okay. Can we establish that the picture on the left and the picture on the right, the island is the same island?
No idea.
But okay, wait. I'm sorry.
Where's that thing on the left of it?
You guys actually weren't there, and I keep talking to you guys like you were.
Where's
you've
that
been
giant
involved
rock
in this.
to the left of
Okay.
it?
Let me hang on. Let me explain, because you guys, Chris, you may know a little bit more about this, but mind of God, you know nothing. Okay, this is the one on the left. Is it from a video from the Plain Truth, a flat earther? The island that we are looking at is Anacupa Islands. The picture on the right is the island. We are looking at this from different perspectives, different observation spots. Okay, I'm just going to say that right now.
Just use orientation instead of perspective. So
the one on the right is a boat that's much closer to the island. The one on the left is Travis at a long distance from a beach. Yeah, yes. And I can guarantee you they are the same island. And Travis would say that too if he were here.
That little donut hole waterway, that's being blocked out by the mirage.
Yeah, and that's why I say I'm very familiar with the one on the left. Sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't. You see half of it, it disappears. There's a lot going on here.
I think Chris was about to say that thing on the left is gone, so that makes me question whether we could actually say that they're the same. How do we know?
Oh, no. We know it's okay. Well, you can ask the Plain Truth. I think pretty sure Chris, you know too.
Are they two UFOs on that right picture?
I'll just give it to you and say yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you now. This is Travis.
I promise you they are.
Yeah. Tody and Travis did live streams on this, so I'm telling you right now they are. They are. Now, can you say, Chris and Mind of God, that we can be able to overlay this, obviously having to rescale the one on the right, that we can overlay this using the profile of the island?
No.
For what purpose?
Because the atmosphere is going to skew it, and the one on the left.
So are you saying that we cannot make out the lighthouse on both pictures?
Well, honestly, what you're presenting, it is blurry, probably just because it's going through Hangouts and
my shit's blurry.
Stuff, but
yeah, dude, why are you shrinking images?
Well,
and jamming
first of all,
together,
the one on the left isn't. I didn't take.
That's not a good.
So honestly, the one on the left, the tower looks larger than the one on the right. That's just
it does. It looks bigger.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I don't disagree at that.
So then how can we overlay
it? Degraded by going through loads of Hangouts.
Yeah. Oh, big time. Yeah, that's another thing totally.
So then how can we overlay it if the one on the left is larger?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Larger?
Do you see right where my cursor? Oh, yeah, you can.
By the way, I've done this. I've got it nicely shared. I could open it up on my Mac actually, and I've got the original actually somewhere.
Do you see this
But
right here?
we don't need to do this now.
Yeah.
But Sean,
I'm about to be done.
We'll entertain.
Do you see
Yeah,
this?
you're about to be
Yeah,
done.
we'll entertain it. Fine.
No, do not
go.
entertain it. I need
conclude?
you. I want to make sure we're on the same page. That's
Well, no, we're not
That's
gonna be
all
on
I
the
want to
same
do.
page.
Right? Yeah, we are. So we've done it so far. Everything about that picture so far, we've been on the same page.
Well, we're on the same page in the sense that we'll let you finish this point because we can't agree lining up two images, one squished now is an apples to apples. No one's going to agree to that, man. No one would, dude.
Wait,
Never.
you're telling me that we can't use the profile
So one of
of the
Sean's predictions
picture?
is coming true.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm saying if you're planning to switch those things and line them up and make some inferences, fine, but make some conclusions, hell no. Hell no.
You sure? Okay. Well,
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to accept that.
I'm
all
just
that
going to
stuff
skip
is
ahead. I'm
behind
just
the
going to skip
horizon.
ahead then. Okay, I'll skip ahead
Sure.
and we'll just jump to it then, since you guys.
Yeah.
Well, sure.
Yeah, we know it's flat, man. We're here to help you
okay.
guys.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Appreciate that. Explain this then.
Dun dun dun.
He's asking you, Tony, because we already did.
No. I'm talking to you. Mind of God.
He's
and Chris.
definitely not asking me.
Wait, oh my god.
What?
Oh my god.
Oh, come on.
This even Toadie's like, come on, this is fun.
What's wrong with this one?
I don't.
No, go ahead.
Do I have
Continue.
to really explain?
Just continue.
this?
Yeah. Please do. Go ahead.
So you took a picture that was taken from about a half of a mile away from the land, off of a boat in the water, and then you took a picture that's like 15 miles away from it, and then you tried to line them up.
Yeah.
Wait. So you can't do that?
No.
No, you can't do that
Why?
because of angular resolution and angular size and perspective.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
can scale
you're
it.
manipulating
I
it.
can scale. Wait.
You
That
can
actually
can't scale it.
Wait. You
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah. Oh, so
You can absolutely scale angular size.
No, but the only
No, you cannot.
But Chris, here's the point. You guys are attempting to.
Wait.
You guys are
I
attempting
did
to
this
a
for
model.
Travis already.
No, but Sean, the
Mhm.
distance between observer and that thing you're looking at is different in both of those images. So you're not accounting for the eye to the element difference. You're just trying to squish it vertically and think that squishing it will correct all the differences between eye and that observed thing. That's the problem. You
You
can't
see what
do
I'm
that.
showing?
You can't just squish an image and say that's going to model all the differences.
I just want to ask you a question. What sort of tolerance level of accuracy are you looking for?
I don't know, all the same stuff you guys spout, man. Like we want.
Okay,
we want a rigorous
so-
proof,
Sean,
dude.
can I explain something, please?
I got the Bible at
yeah,
stake.
I want to hear
We're not
Barney.
doing anything.
yeah,
like
I just
Yeah,
wanna
yeah. I'm gonna let
explain
guys.
point
I'm
of
gonna let
view.
Barney, but let me
Yeah.
just finish. I'm just gonna start clearing these pictures off my screen, and as I do it,
Good.
I'm done talking because
But wait, I wanna address that
I'm
question.
literally. My point has been proven. Hang on.
Okay,
So
I
you're
just wanna
telling me.
address Tony's
So
question
you're telling me
without
this overlay does not work.
No, not
No.
in a rigorous say. You can,
Okay.
you can get us to get some
Okay.
feelings and some inferences. Go for it.
Are you
Sure,
telling
we
me
have no
that
issues with
in this right here, I do not show exactly how I use the profile?
No, you're not. First of all, you're not showing anything that anybody would buy in any kind of academic sense. No.
I think the interesting thing is, if you wanted
How
me to
did you
believe
take into
this,
account the
hang on.
atmospheric refraction and
So-
skewing on the image on the
so
left?
hang on.
The
If
fact that I
you wanted
wasn't
to
going
believe
for a
me,
high resolution image of it, all I was looking for is a profile. I wasn't trying to
Yeah.
match it up line for line like with the light tower.
And
So I
let's
think
say
if you
one
were-
pixel. Let's say one pixel represents the curve. And you're lining up two things. That's literally the sensitivity of this kind of thing. If you don't line it up perfectly, the curve which you may be showing us or not could be lost. So that's a bad way to do it, man. Horrible.
Perfect.
Well, that's why you don't do observations from low level. That's why you should do them at elevation.
yeah, I mean, I think if you wanted to use this technique, which I think is faulted, by the way, that's my
No,
opinion.
don't call it a
for what it's
technique.
worth.
You just gave it a compliment, man.
Hang on.
You just
You
gave it
would
a
need.
compliment.
Hang on.
It's not a technique.
Well, so I think the problem is that you are comparing two different angles. So what I'd like to see is it done without any refraction in the way to prove that the technique works at those distances. Do you see what I mean? Before we try to apply the one where we know there's the refraction.
But what is
if
the
you see what I
technique?
mean.
What are you trying to do, Sean? From a
You're
high
I think
level?
Sean's trying to. Sorry, I'll
You're
let Sean
saying,
answer.
What are you trying
you're
to do
saying
from a
you
high
want
level?
two clear images without refraction. So two images like this, basically.
Yeah.
Two
Yeah,
images like
without
this,
it. Yeah. Put over each other, matched
like
up.
this,
You
and
see
then
the technique works.
okay.
Yeah.
To show what?
Do you see what I mean? Because
yeah.
I would argue that it's in a boat. I mean, to be fair to Mind of God and Chris, I think, I do agree with him, right? A couple of pixels misalignment and you've lost the curve, right? Because the curve isn't that big at this distance. So
that's a hell of a lot more than 2 pixels.
Well, as I say, it'd be nice to know what
it's 2.5.
How small is the ball?
Rumpus says on these pictures he couldn't do it. I had the conversation with Rumpus, because he picked me up and I spent 2 hours discussing this with him. He said there wasn't enough information to do it because you need a number of points that you can do your angles against. Yeah, and I tend to agree with him.
I don't agree with him at all, and I'm surprised.
I know you don't. I know. I do in this instance.
And I'm surprised that you agree with him. Because
not on all things. I'm not like you're agreeing with Rumpus on everything.
Because you're basically saying, Toady, that I don't even know how to explain it. An illustrational topo map can't be overlaid with a satellite.
Hang on. I'm not saying that at all, Sean. You're putting words in my mouth. You're straw manning me.
We don't agree.
Let's ask the panel who agrees that this technique in this instance is workable. How many other people think it's workable?
No one does. Right,
okay, so I've got two views on it. From an anecdotal sense, from a sort of, as a rough it, it works. If I wanted to be accurate, I want to increase my accuracy level, then I would want more data points to be able to plot again.
If you're asking me for data, then you're right. Actually, you're not right, because I can give you sufficient data to the contrary.
But what are you proving by overlaying it like that, Sean? I don't understand what you're proving then.
That the refraction line, if it's here, well, actually, it's no. I have. If I distinguish where the refraction line is.
Fair, I'll accept that. You're proving where the refraction line is. Brilliant, you've done
and
that.
There's not enough and there would be
more. I thought you were saying it was a.
So look how high up the mountain the refraction line is from that distance. That's insane.
Yeah,
it's a long way on that cliff.
So Don, draw on here where the refraction line is, if you don't mind.
Oh, I can show you. You ready?
All right, I thought you were saying it was proving a curved F. Sorry, I misunderstood you. If you're proving
I think he
where
is.
the refraction line is,
no, he's not.
I'm with you.
I am not.
Sorry,
I'm not.
I apologize if it was just a refraction
that's how
line.
it came across.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I know it did, because here's the thing. All I'm trying to do is verify
I agree with
the
you.
observations that we are having.
Wow.
That's it.
Listen. Wow, Sean's got it all out on the table. How is the boat level with this line? Because it's flat. That's why.
Yeah.
What?
We're living in a flat Earth.
Because it goes.
So you're telling me that the
perspective makes it look like that.
Wait, the
how the boat is floating? Is it?
Yeah. The boat's that high.
What are you saying?
How is the boat at that yellow line, and you're saying that proves it's flat?
How does that prove it's flat? That's crazy.
Because the refraction is covering that part. That's when I asked what's between your quote unquote hard horizon and that yellow line.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's refraction.
Okay,
it's nothing.
Perfect.
It's refraction.
Okay. Perfect. So now, are you telling me that the top of the island that we do see, is refraction, or is that resolution?
Go back to the other one, the original one we were drawing the yellow lines and stuff on, if you don't mind.
This is going so much further than I wanted to.
Just one general point, Sean. When we look at these images, we have to clarify what's physical and what's optical.
We did,
and so that's
we already did, buddy. We already did.
Okay, but I'm just saying. I think you were getting at resolution. You should say, is that physical? That's what you meant, right? The top of the.
I think, Sean, we were doing really well, and you tried to rush it at the end because of Barney coming on. I'm sorry, because I misunderstood what you meant. Right? I thought you were saying.
Now pull up the other one. Pull up the other one.
Because we had a consensus. Chris and CP agreed with us.
So just go back and forth between that one and the other one real quick.
No. I'm going to let Barney go now because I've gone past my 7 minutes for one.
Wait, we got to finish this point.
No, we don't. We really don't at all.
No, I want to finish this last point.
Yeah.
Let him. Let me say this one thing though, Toady. The picture that
I don't agree with your yellow line in that image.
Okay. Toady, the image that that we've all been using to show the whole island and this island that I'm showing right now, are those two different observation points that you'll agree with that I can do if I do the overlay with, and it works? You could.
No, you'd have to have the exact same
because they're both
angle
at the same distance, aren't they? You need a similar orientation of distance, wouldn't you?
Okay,
Sean, I think it proves where the line is.
That's what I'm going to show you. I can do. I can overlay those two images, this image and the other image, all of them if I need to.
Hang on, we're all excited. We're talking fast, and we're probably miscommunicating a bit. What I mean is this: when I analysed the images with Rumpus, and I did go through them for a couple of hours with him, Travis's ones, we came to the conclusion they change so much, and there's not really enough points to do good image analysis. Point
bullshit.
one.
I call bullshit.
Hang on. Fine. I agree with Rumpus on that one, by the way. Point two. Point two. I think the technique, which I thought you were doing the overlay to prove the curvature of the Earth, I thought that was very weak, given the fact that, as I said, I've not seen a way of overlaying it and saying, these two, because you're just mashing two things together, right?
No.
So I think
Tony, see this right there? Right here?
Yeah.
Right here?
By the way, I've got the same. As I got it on my Mac. I've done a sequence of 5 of Travis's pictures. Yep.
Right here.
You matched it up. I know. I've done it myself.
Right here.
Yep.
Right here.
So go to the very far left. I don't see
here.
that how it kind of comes to a point on the other photo.
Right here.
Yeah.
I'd
Sean, what are you
say right
doing,
here. I'm showing all the points where it is a profile. You guys keep coming not Toady. You guys keep coming at me as if you can't do this because there's not enough. This bullshit. Now, if you're talking about you want to index a refraction number, if you're talking about amount of island missing, you want to talk elevation of the mountain. No, I'm not trying to. I cannot express that with overlay.
No, but dude, you're shrinking an image that now distorts what it is. That's our issue. If you're shrinking it and stretching it to get it to line up to something, now we're looking at something different. You've introduced some new
So you're telling
stuff.
me. Okay, so then what you're telling me is that I can overlay and make it work if I use this mountain?
No.
Why not?
Can I
overlay
No, that looks
this image. Can I overlay this image?
Listen to me. Travis's image looks skewed due to the atmosphere. Like if you look at Travis's on the far left, it comes to a point, and then the ones close up don't have that point. Like where is that coming from?
Okay. I can show you. I'll show you exactly where it is. And this is gonna be the last thing we're done after this. Because this is aggravating. You see where the yellow lines cross? Right here?
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
Yeah, that's the refractive line right there. Right here.
Okay, and what's your conclusion?
And you're telling me that this hump isn't one of the profiles I showed. The bottom of this isn't something I showed. The tops right here. All these things are ways I verify that the profile that I overlay worked.
So let me ask you a question. In Travis's image, from the water line to your yellow line, that's all hidden by the refractive zone, right?
In a sense of trying to make it not about curvature, I refuse to answer that question the way you want me to. No, I refuse to answer the question the way you want me to. Listen, the way you want me to. But I'm going to tell you, from the yellow line down, cannot be seen.
Okay.
No, but you don't know that, man. That's the problem with doing it that way. Let's say it is even true. You can't prove that in a rigorous way, except hand waving, like approximating, hoping that intersection point is what you're actually seeing.
That's not true.
Can it be seen? Can you see it on the photo?
Can I see one pixel on a photo and identify?
No. Can you see that lower part of the island on the photo?
No.
Then therefore it cannot be seen. And that's exactly what he said.
I meant it can't be identified. That's my point. No, in that sense. It cannot be
identified. Cannot be identified?
What you're saying cannot be seen, cannot actually be identified in a clear way. That's our issue with this whole analysis.
If he can align all of the features that are visible on the top side of the island with the parts of the image that are visible, then everything that is missing is not visible.
Due to what?
I don't know. That's not part of his presentation. That's
well, we thought
specific.
He was going to hit us with the
I know.
Curve,
I know you did. I know you did.
Which is why I retracted, Sean, because you're right. You know, I agree. You can match it up to say this stuff isn't visible. What Barney's just said,
Yeah,
totally agree.
To a degree, but yeah, if it comes down to the
I'm
actual
sure
death,
Chirag and Chris probably will. I think they just thought that you were going to put them in the same
Mm-hmm.
trap that I thought, which was you were then going to say, "Aha!"
Nope.
But
Therefore, it's the goal. No.
All I want to do.
Therefore, that part of the image is not visible.
Yeah, I think we all agree it's not visible.
All I care about, guys, this is for the people on the panel and the people listening. The only thing I had, quote unquote, planned on this is to see if we agree with observation. And the issue that happened is once you get to a certain point, you are not going to make.
Sean. Well,
thank you.
I agree. You did what we discussed earlier, right? About digging heels in. Yeah.
Yes.
And by the way, I think Rumpus would actually agree with you that you couldn't see it as well. Actually, yeah, I revised my point.
He's not going to like that Rumpus agrees, though. That's going to help us, right, Sean?
Oh, okay. All right. I won't say that then.
No, totally.
Okay, wait. So let me clarify.
Totally,
So
what you're saying is an awesome way to verify who you're talking to understands the conversation. Yes. But once you start extending it past what their reality is, or their belief is a better way of saying it, then things start going fishy. Not fishy. Fishy isn't even a good way of saying it.
I was being a bit sensitive. All we're going to debate after that is what's causing.
We're not debating at all.
Right. But okay.
So Sean you want to stop at simply saying that we all now agree that you can't see the bottom part of it, and that's it.
Nope, I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all. I just wanted to agree on
I
the
thought that
stuff
was
I
the
talked
whole
about.
point.
Nope. Everything was observation that we were looking at in the picture. And then the second one with the numbers and the yellow line was to only verify that I can overlay using a profile.
Okay, but all we would say is if you ever took the step, I would say even to prove flat or curve, we wouldn't go there. You know, with that type of analysis.
We were all we were doing
much of a heuristic.
Is
we were way too fat finger.
I was just up. All we were doing.
All right. What is
establishing stuff? Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry, Barney. I got a little.
That's perfectly fine. I have a splitting headache.
Okay.
But this is one thing which keeps coming up over and over again, and I keep thinking that I'll make a video about it, and I apparently won't. But if we actually go through the rules of optics, what optics are, how diffraction works, how internal reflection works, all of the things that were said as, ooh, weird, why are there two lines and why, it's all in there. And that is what I refer to when I say standard refraction. So if you will let me, I will go through a brief introduction of what refraction is and how refraction works in optics, how that correlates to refraction in air on the broader scales. I can immediately say, yes, I understand that does not explain every aspect of every image in the sense that there is turbulence and there is all these other effects that come and go and are impermanent. I want to talk about the permanent effects. Yeah. And miraging, as in that lower mirage, is a known explained effect that is permanent. It is semi-stable, right? It's not there every day, but when it's there, it's not there for a brief moment, as it is with distortion.
Do you think when you explain the standard refraction model, Barney, it will explain much of that photo?
Yes.
No, it won't. Cool. No, it won't.
Hell no. I wait to see. It'll be interesting.
It will explain the majority of the photo.
Majority.
No, it won't.
Brilliant.
It will explain why the line of miraging is at different heights for the islands.
Okay, now
for the boat.
Okay, hang on.
What?
Mind of God. Let me make something.
He better talk about Helmholtz equation.
What the no? Stop. Mind of God. Stop now.
What the fuck?
Yeah, hang on.
I'm reading the paper.
First of all, this is not a debate, so you're not going to debate with Barney. He just got done saying he has a headache, so why are you going to start just launching shit at him? Second, are you an authority on this?
No, and I don't want other people to pretend.
Then thank you. So please do not come on here saying, no, you can't, no, you won't, and you can't do this, you can't do that, because you don't even know. You're reading words on a piece of paper. Can you please just relax, mute yourself, and let Barney get through this? He's already said he has a headache, and I like to respect that.
Sure. Can I just add something quickly?
Usual disclaimer goes,
Yeah,
you may disagree with a lot of what I'm saying, and I may be wrong about a lot of what I'm saying. I'm not here to tell you this is the God-given truth and baseline facts about reality and science. I'm here to present my understanding. I have an understanding which makes complete sense out of what I'm seeing that I would like to present.
Just to check, because I don't know what point you came in, Barney. Did you hear the bit of the conversation where we were discussing this? Whoa, wonder why it does it. It's in two places and all that. And then someone shared a paper that then Chirag read out the sort of, I don't know, the summary or the abstract at the top.
Yes, about modeling, about modeling ray tracing in 3D graphics, and stochastic models of air. Yes.
Okay, brilliant. Just checking you heard that bit.
By the way, this paper is brilliant because it goes into the miraging as well. So this is a fantastic paper.
It goes into everything pretty much. But so fluid dynamics of air are